if you knock on my fucking door again, I am going to come out there and I'm going to throw you through a wall.
Whoa. Okay.
And then, this is my good friend.
Sure.
And then he laughs and the party continues. And then 10 minutes later, he knocks on the door.
She said, what?
How could they do something like that?
Are you serious?
What a thirsty MFer.
Not good. She's absolutely dead to me.
That's because she died.
I'm Sterling Mulberry.
And I'm Blair Payton. And welcome to
Bad Behavior, a morally questionable podcast.
We're two unqualified friends,
two unhinged comedians,
determined once and for all what is good
and what is bad.
Hello, and welcome to Bad Behavior. I'm Blair Payton.
And I'm Sterling Mulberry. In each episode of the podcast, we have a guest share a morally questionable story, and we decide if they were in the right or the wrong.
Well, Sterling, can I tell you what is wrong with me?
Yes.
Can I complain a little?
You know what? I felt something in the air. I said something is wrong with him.
You can see it on my face. Yeah.
I'm dying to know.
Sterling, I think I have arthritis in my feet.
No.
I do. Okay. For the listening audience, let me just...
If you can't... For the listening audience hearing the crackles of your feet.
Okay. My big toe on my right foot and my back, like right below your Achilles heel, that bone that just kind of... Like, it's like the... It's like...
I feel like that's a tendon, not a bone, no.
Oh, well, the bone that the Achilles sets on. I'm not a doctor.
Sure. Yeah.
It's been hurting for a couple of months, but I've just been like, it'll go away. Well, it's not going away. And so I was talking to my friend Tony, who was visiting, and I was like, do you think I broke something? And he was like, well, you are in your 40s. It could be arthritis. So I think I have arthritis.
Even diagnosed by your friend.
Yeah.
Who is also a doctor. No.
Mm-hmm. Well, a doctor of computers, one might say.
A doctor of computers is so true.
It's like when I get up and walk, I'm like, oh, you know? Like, you know, like your grandfather is like, just like, oh, I can't get to the room. I'm that.
Do you think I need to fly back and do a medical exam on you?
Well, what is your schooling?
Okay, my schooling is this. One, I've broken famously 2 bones in my hand when I famously got hit by a truck, which I just
You're
celebrated.
Always bragging about that.
I just celebrated my 3-year anniversary of that. So,
oh, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
So wait, can you feel the cold weather coming?
No, because it is so hot in Los Angeles. Oh my God, did I tell you this? I went on a walk the other day. I'm like, oh.
You did not tell me you went on a walk.
I go on a walk. I go, oh, it's a little cool. And like finally this heat wave has broken. I look like I go, whoa, that's one of the strangest clouds I've ever seen. But that's cool. Blair, I look again. Uh-oh. That's smoke. That is a huge cloud from the wildfires coming right my way. I keep walking and I kind of go to the top of this hill because it's kind of hilly. I then see like...
Well, that's why it's called a hill.
Huge smoke. And I mean, smoke not like when you see smoke.
Like a nuclear cloud?
Yeah, it's
like
giving nuclear cloud. And it's rolling over the mountains right towards my little apartment.
I mean, that's scary, but what does that have to do with my foot?
Oh, well, I kind of forgot about that.
Wow. Okay, so I may have to go to an actual doctor then.
I forgot. Truck. Okay, this is my schooling. I broken 2 bones.
No, it's too late. You couldn't even focus on my injury.
Do you think that you have I hate to be like this, do you think you have a bunion coming out of the backside of your foot?
Wait, do bunions hurt?
I don't know. I've never had one.
Okay, I'm going to Google how do you get a bunion while you promote your show.
I have an amazing show in Los Angeles. You'll never believe this. Tomorrow. You guys, you have less than 24 hours to run. Don't walk. I have my next Phones Down show with my friend Kelsey Harper, friend of the pod, at Lyric Hyperion on September 19th at 7:30 p.m. We are going to be revealing the most humiliating things in our phones, you know, for all to see. And we have guest Jake Cornell.
Ooh, friend of the pod.
A friend of the pod. We have Hannah Watsky and we have Danny Sellers. So ticket link is in the description of this episode or in my Instagram bio. It'll be a really fun show. So please come out and you only have 24 hours to decide. So run and tell all your friends in Los Angeles.
If you're listening to this outside of Thursday.
Yeah.
Wow. You got some explaining to do as to why you didn't come to the show.
Okay, well, the final thing we have to check off our to-do list is having an amazing guest on the podcast today. I'm sure you guys know him. He is all over the damn internet, making incredible videos, making incredible music. He has a new album coming out and a new movie. He is just turning things out. We're astounded and we're so excited to have our guest, Kareem Rahma. Well, Kareem, thank you so much for coming on the podcast today.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, of course.
And I gotta say, you look very cool right now because you're wearing sunglasses.
I think it's because I'm lean back.
You're lean back, yeah. You're giving a very, it's almost intimidating. I'm not sure what to do with my hands, so I feel like this is a natural position for me right now.
Oh.
That's a weird place to put them.
Well, that's how nervous you're making me. I have to put them at face level because I don't know what to do with them.
What about now?
Oh my gosh, whoa.
For the listening audience, Kareem has a switchblade that he just popped out. So, needless to say, we will be judging you very kindly today when it comes to the story.
Yeah, we're already scared.
This is like a male fidget spinner.
Yeah, but kind of a more dangerous one. Are you ever doing this game? Like, I feel like kind of scary men are doing in-between finger game. No, you're not.
Well, that's a game for scary men, and I'm actually not scary at all.
Oh, okay.
I just need something to do with my hands, and I figured that this is better than spinning a fidget.
That's so true.
Or fidgeting a spinner.
Kareem, you're leaning back, which is kind of seems like your new vibe you're taking up today. Would you say that...
And drinking a poppy, so you're concerned about your probiotic health.
Yes.
Would you say right now in culture, like kind of the famous movement that was lean in?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that the culture is now lean out? Would you be pro that?
I'm 100% pro lean out, and I do think that we are leaned out.
I do think we are pretty leaned out.
And I think we should stay leaned out. Like, things were too lit for a long time.
In what way?
Like, everyone was charged up. That's the only way I can like, everyone's just charged up looking for things to be angry about. Like, and I'm just like, dude, just everyone just lean out. And also, don't go to work. Like, working is stupid.
So would you say you're pro naps?
I am pro naps in theory, but I have a very hard time napping because I have a lot of energy.
It makes me nervous that you say you have a lot of energy while you're just swinging around a switchblade.
Well, to be clear, it is not a switchblade. It actually has a little button that I press, but it doesn't. It's a flip, so I have to go like
it's a flip knife. Well, what's a switchblade?
A switchblade would mean that the blade is inside of the handle, and I would just press a button and it would go. So it's like pretty close to a switchblade. I think people leaned in too hard. Everyone was leaned. Now I'm pro leisure.
Pro leisure. That's beautiful.
Yeah, I aspire to live a life of luxury and leisure.
Wow. How do you think you're going to get, or do you feel like you're there, or do you think you have a ways to go?
I mean, I literally work inside of a garage, so I don't have an office. I'm outside.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but earlier you were saying you're getting a mini fridge, and I think that's the first step to leisure,
But I'm waiting for someone to send me a free one. Like, I need somebody to be like, oh, like Subway takes, like, oh, here's a free fridge.
Well, have you thought about seeking out, like, maybe, I don't know, Frigidaire, and just start, talking about how much you love Frigidaire, and then they see you talking about it,
I think my philosophy when it comes to brands is the same philosophy that I had when I was single, and it's that I don't approach women, and I also don't approach brands.
Okay.
Wow.
Because if they're interested, they'll approach me.
Okay, so Kareem, you famously have a lot of various series that are so successful. Blair and I are constantly kind of trying to think of new ideas, sometimes executing, sometimes letting them just drift.
Napping.
Napping. We're leading out. What's like your process for like developing a new series? Like, what do you decide? Like, how do you decide like which one to like stick to and like go full in?
I think the most important thing is that I can describe it in literally one sentence or less, and then people go, I get it. Cool. That's awesome. So with Subway Takes, it's like I do a 1 minute talk show on the subway and everyone goes, I get it. There's no explanation. So that's like, I think what I choose to pursue is based on that simplicity. It has to be the simplest form of the idea. Where people get stuck is they sit and they think about every element before they produce, right? Like they got to get it 100% right.
Uh-huh.
Whereas I go make the one sentence idea, and then all of the stuff that is missing reveals itself in the making of. So I think a really good example of that is with Subway Takes. I literally never planned to say 100% disagree or 100% agree. It just happened on the first episode. That was my gut reaction.
Yeah.
And then it became a cornerstone of the show. And the microphones were like, oh, should we hold these labs? And then it was like, no, let's get like spoons. This is a half hour before we shot.
Yeah.
And it's like, I was thinking spoons or sporks. And my friends were like, and it was like, oh, what about Metro cards?
Yeah.
And then I was like, cool, let's do that. Like, so it's like, I got the idea 80% there. And then the 20%, you figure it out while you're producing or while you're editing.
Yeah.
And that's kind of my philosophy on choosing what to pursue.
Well, speaking of Subway takes, you had Tim Walz on your show recently.
I did.
How did that happen? Did he just call you up?
It was an email.
Oh, okay, an email. What's his email address?
tim.walls@us.gob. No, the DNC plus the Joe Biden administration, which I don't know. I didn't really look at the emails that closely, but like I saw one DNC.com, I think it was, and then one JoeBiden.com, and I was like, cool. And they were like, do you have any interest in interviewing the potential vice president? And I was like, yeah, that sounds really good. And then they were like, cool. And then we got on the phone, and yeah, it's honestly, there's no magic. I mean, I'm definitely tapped. Like my phone's tapped and my computer's tapped, but I think it was worth it.
But that's gotta feel kind of cool.
Yeah, I feel sexy.
It's kind of like it's giving Scandal, you know? It's like, what are they going to eavesdrop on?
Well, do you want to know the real scandal?
Yes.
I interviewed Kamala Harris, too.
No.
Shut up.
I have an episode of Subway Takes with Kamala Harris that may or may not ever see the light of day.
Whoa.
Can you expand on that?
Well, that is actually where I would be worried about getting killed by the U.S. government.
We don't want you to. Whoa, that's amazing.
Let's just say that for context, if you type in NY Times Kareem Rahma, you will see an article in which I did give my final statement to the Times about why Kamala Harris' episode did not get published, but I will not elaborate.
Okay.
This.
We'll check it out. Go to the New York Times.
For fear and safety of my family.
Of course. Did you feel like kind of interviewing, I guess, both of them? Did you feel like you were right how you like your normal personality on the subway, or were you a little nervous? Or you were this cool leaning back with your switchblade? I mean, probably not switchblade.
I literally had my shirt was open like this, and I had my sunglasses on, and I went like this, what up?
Yeah.
And I was exactly the same. I will say when I did it on their campaign bus, and when I got on the bus, it was surreal. Like I was like, whoa, this is weird. Like that's Tim Walz and that's Kamala Harris. And I was like, this is weird for sure.
I don't know if you can share this, but what was the dumbest question you asked Kamala?
Actually, the dumbest question was the question that I didn't ask. Which is that like the episode was over, and then she goes, "Are we gonna talk about anything serious?" And I go, "Oh shit, yeah. What's up with what's your plan?" but yeah, she like I was like, "All right, we good?" Like I talked to my two guys. I was like, Willem and Anthony. I was like, "We good?" They're like, "Yeah, we're good." And then she goes, "Are we gonna talk about anything serious?" And I go, "Oh shit!" I literally go, "Oh shit," in front of her, and then I go, "I'm so sorry. I didn't say oh shit." And then I was like, yeah, go ahead. Say what you need. Like, yeah.
I love that.
So we have a game we call Heaven or Hell, and this is going to be where we present some various scenarios for you. You're going to decide if they're heaven, hell, or if you're kind of in different purgatory. Since you're kind of incredible at coming up with different series ideas, we have some other series ideas we'd like to pitch you based on Subway takes, but they're going to be some different kinds of series, and you're going to decide if this would be heaven, hell, or purgatory to host these various shows.
Okay, number 1, Subway Breaks. An escape room style series where a group of passengers must try and stop the subway train, and as the hosts, you are doing everything you can to distract them.
For me, that's hell.
Okay.
But I think that for someone else, it could be heaven.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like for a good clown guy, like a clown, which is I'm not even saying it as an insult. There are like good comedians who are clowns, and they would thrive in that environment.
Yeah.
I would fail. I would fail at that because I'm too self-conscious.
Okay, the next one. Subway Snakes. A series in which animal enthusiasts bring their pet snake on the train, and you have to guess if they're poisonous or not. And if you're wrong, you have to hold the snake.
That's heaven.
Really?
Okay.
Big snake guy?
No, just I like the risk. I'm a bad boy.
So you would risk being poisoned by a snake?
Yeah, because it's a good show. It makes for good entertainment.
Okay, amazing. I know.
You
I
wouldn't
think
wa-
those
you,
would go.
would you watch that? You would be like, oh shit. He might
I mean,
die
I
in
would
this
watch
episode.
it. There's no way I'd participate in it because I have really high anxiety.
Sometimes you have to get out of your comfort zone.
So true. So true.
I don't want to. I don't want to.
Like,
Okay, number 3. Subway pranks. A series in which you give a broken subway card to parents visiting their kids at NYU and watch them struggle to make their way through the turnstile.
This is great. Heaven.
I feel like I moved out of New York 2 years ago, and when I came back recently, I was like, oh, people are really not using those cards anymore. But I feel like some people do. I'm still swiping my card. But I was like, I guess I moved in between the transition and people are kind of just doing credit cards now. But I think it could still work in this
No,
idea.
they're doing the phone.
In
the
their phone.
tap.
Yeah.
Phone tap is awesome. Do you guys carry wallets or purses?
Yeah.
I don't.
No wallet.
Mm-mm.
Just full free, you're bareback.
Well, but I also don't go anywhere. I'm really not fun.
Yeah.
But if I'm going somewhere, I'll take a wallet just so I have an ID.
Okay.
So that no one will ask for it.
I carry a wallet and my wife makes fun of me because
Really?
she's like, you're like an old man.
Can I see it?
Apparently it's for old people.
Whoa,
Is it, like,
I
thick?
didn't know that.
It must be in my, it's in my jacket, which is, where's my jacket? I don't know where my jacket is. It's not in here.
Okay.
It's fat though. It's like a fat zipper, brown leather.
Is it like George Costanza fat?
No, it's not that wild.
Okay.
It's actually like a lady's wallet. Like it has a zipper.
It's amazing. Keep some coins in there.
I don't know.
Mine has where if someone tries to scan it and get my credit cards, they can't because it's got a protective shield.
Your wallet?
Yeah.
How can they scan? What?
I don't know, but the salesman really sold me on it. So I was like, that feels like something I should have.
Also, who was the sale? Was the salesman Instagram shop?
No, this was when I went on a beach vacation and my friends made fun of my wallet. They were like, you've had it for 10 years, get a new wallet.
No, that's not good. No, they shouldn't make fun of you for that. See, I think it's cool to have a wallet for 10 years. I've probably had mine for 10 years. Why would you get a new one?
I didn't throw it away. I still have it.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. Good.
Next one. Okay. Subway Aches, an interview series in which a New Yorker complains about which body part is hurting them the most.
That's a great show.
Yeah. You don't think it'd be too repetitive?
No, because obviously, like the aches are the portal into a larger range of stories and emotions.
Totally.
Like we begin with physical pain and then we enter emotional pain. Like, oh, my knee hurts, and I'm like, cool, but what happened? Oh, I heard it. Like I heard it when I was playing lacrosse. What else hurts? My heart, because my wife just died.
Oh,
whoa.
Wow. This guy's going through it.
How'd she die? She was holding a snake on a train. And it ended up being
Full circle.
The crossover episode.
Is anything on you in pain right now?
Me? Yeah, I'm in a lot of pain.
Oh.
Emotional, physical?
Physical. I have a herniated L4, L5 disc.
Whoa. That's very
I don't think I
painful.
know what that means, but it sounds bad.
It's like in between your like vertebrae, there's a pad, a shock absorber in between each vertebrae. And my shock absorber in my lower back, one of them, has slipped out. And it will slip back in eventually because the body heals itself. But in the meantime, my vertebrae's nerves are touching each other, or the shock absorber is touching nerves that it's not supposed to touch. So it's really annoying. The only benefit is that I get to take opioids sometimes,
Oh, okay.
which is awesome.
Is it a cocktail or just one particular one?
Just one. I wish I had this other one that they gave me a shot of. It was awesome. It was called Dilaudid. Felt great for like only 6 or 7 hours.
Okay.
But now they just got me on those oxys and I'm almost out. So I better get addicted. I don't mean to joke about opioid addiction because I know it's serious. But opioids feel really good. But people shouldn't do them because if you have an addictive personality, don't do opioids. But if you are able to take opioids for like a week and then not take them anymore until you feel like it again, then you should take them.
Okay.
But this is not medical advice or financial advice, and this is not advice at all. This is just me telling myself
Yeah.
that I should do that.
Okay.
Just so, for all the listeners, don't do opioids. I want to finish with that and
Yeah,
just say
that's
don't
good.
do them. Actually, even if you're injured, don't do them. Ask for Advil.
Okay. All very sound advice. Okay, next one. Subway Heartbreaks, a hidden camera series in which you commentate on a couple that is actively breaking up while you're riding the subway.
Good show, but not for me. But good show.
And I would say a little mean. Hopefully they know there's a hidden camera. I'd hate to be hidden cameraed while I'm being broken up with.
Well, I think one of them has to be like, I want to be on the show to break up.
That's true. So they're a little evil. Yeah.
Yeah, like one of them's like, I would like to apply for the show. I'm planning on breaking up with my boyfriend. And then she's obviously going to get a new boyfriend by being on this extremely viral show.
That's such a good idea.
A good way to make it less bad is by commentating on how much of a dick this one person is for breaking up on camera.
The whole show could just be, actually, it's like reverse psychology, where it's like, she thinks that she's the star because she's breaking up, but really she's the villain because she's breaking up. And then whoever the host is, presumably Sterling, would then be the hero in this whole thing.
Interesting.
Wow, Sterling. You did it. I'm proud of you.
Okay. Subway Steaks, a summer series in which you see if a New York subway station is hot enough to grill a steak just by the temperature within the station.
That's a bad idea, and I would never host it, and I don't think anyone should do that one. It's just visually not appealing. You're just watching, what are you watching, a piece of meat? It's maybe like a niche hit. Yeah, it's like very niche.
Okay, and the last one. Subway Flakes, a series in which the guest always bails at the last minute, and based on their excuse, you have to try and guess who the guest was supposed to be.
So you didn't know who the guest was.
Mm-hmm. That's a fun little show. Again, not for me. I feel like that one's for Blair.
Why?
Because you're a great guesser.
Thank you.
I think that would be a good show to like have with tied to another show, because I'm sure making some series, people obviously have things come up, and especially in New York City, that it would be like a nice one to be able to fall back if you can't then make the episode of the show you were originally supposed to do. You know, just make a little quick one on Subway Flakes.
What's the backup show?
That's the backup show when your guest fails.
Okay. That's funny. It's actually, that is good. That's good.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, well, that was the game. You did incredible. You won. And obviously feel free to use every single one of those ideas.
Okay. Thank you very much.
So, Kareem, they've asked you here today because you have a story. And Blair and I are etiquette experts. So we're going to help decide if you exhibited good or bad behavior. So whenever you're ready, jump on in.
Okay. So when I was about 25, when I first moved to New York City, me and my friend woke up one day and we were like, let's go to the bar. Okay. And so at like noon, we went to the bar. And we were very surprised to see that there were a lot of other people at the bar. Like it was packed. And we were like, holy shit, this is crazy. Turns out it was St. Patrick's Day. Very cool. We didn't even know. And we're like, oh, this is great timing. Like we were just going to the bar. Great timing. All these people were here. And I was single at the time. And we went to the skee ball machine, held some court at the skee ball machine, just killing it, you know, over 150 points every time. And then also this girl's like interested in me because I'm good at skee ball. And so we play a couple rounds, start making out.
Oh, wow.
This is all within.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
midday
cool,
even.
That was really cool. Oh, yeah. But it's a special day. It's the Day of the Irish.
Totally. Yeah.
Anyways, we have this great time, and then we hang out all day, and the friend has a friend, so we're all hanging out. Quadruple. It's a double date. And then me and my friend that woke up in the morning together, we were like, let's the original friend, not the new friends. My roommate, me and my roommate. We're like, we might as well keep this going. Let's have a party. So we tell everyone to come over. There's like maybe 15 to 30 people in my apartment.
Whoa, just from the skee ball, or just friends?
No, this is like our real friends.
Okay.
Yeah. But the two women came as well.
Okay.
And then here's where things happen.
Okay.
So I'm in my room during the party.
Okay.
And me and my lady friend are kissing and such. And we lived in a very small apartment where like the bedroom doors, both of them were in the living room. And this thing was like 400 square feet. It was tiny. So everyone's in the living room. I'm in my bedroom, but the door is in the living room. So my roommate knocks on the door and he's like, Kareem, come out. And I'm like, hey, dude, I'm doing something right now. I'm busy. Please leave me alone. And he's like, ha 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 ha, laughing maniacally. And then, like 10 more minutes go by. And then, Kareem, come on, man, join the party. What are you doing in there? And I'm like, are we fucking 14 years old? Like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I'm not coming out. I'll come out later. 10 minutes later. And every time I'm like, everyone's like, haha. And everyone's like listening.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I'm going to expose this man. And then I'm like, Blake, if you knock on my fucking door again, I am going to come out there and I'm going to throw you through a wall.
Whoa. Okay.
And then, this is my good friend.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then he laughs and the party continues. And then 10 minutes later, he knocks on the door. So I get up and I walk outside into the party with no shirt on and no pants. And I say, I told you not to fucking do that anymore.
Oh.
And then I grabbed him by the neck and I went like this. And he indeed did go into the wall.
Like full indention?
Like his butt, he was like this.
Okay.
Like there was a huge hole in the wall with his butt. And, and then he, okay, so that was that. And then, I mean, we remained friends. Of course, he's still my friend. And we tell that story. He seems to think that I should have actually joined the party and that I was being rude to the guests that we invited over. I seem to think that I'm an adult man and I can do what I want to do. He also thinks, so the thing that he said after I threw him through the wall, he said, you're going to have to pay for that. I disagreed.
Yeah.
So what we did was we hung a painting over the hole.
Okay.
It was like a low painting.
I can imagine. And a big one, it sounds.
Can I ask what the painting was?
It was of a ship, like a shipwreck.
Oh, well,
perfect.
Yeah, perfect.
And then when it came time to move out, we just left the painting there with the hole. And neither of us ever paid. What do you guys think?
Wow.
Because he also believes that I'm the one that's complicit.
Okay.
I'm guilty.
Yeah.
And I don't agree.
Okay. Well, I feel like I have a lot of questions. Blair, you want to start off?
Well, how did he react after banging him against the wall? Like, what was his reaction? Did he laugh?
You mean throwing him into the wall?
Well, throwing him into the wall. Yeah, that's yes.
No, his literal exact words was, "You're gonna have to pay for that."
Wow.
That's what he said. That's exactly what he said. I have it in my head.
Was he mad? Did he seem like, oh, classic?
No. He was mad. He was like, "You're gonna have to pay for that."
I can imagine. And then,
I'm the asshole.
Right.
And then, did you join the party?
He had 3 warnings.
Right. Did you join the party, or you went back to your room?
I went back to my room.
Okay, great.
And did you finish what you started?
Okay, well, you don't answer that. Okay.
No.
So
I don't remember. I don't know. I don't remember, but I did go back to the room.
When you guys were,
I'm not going to leave a game of Scrabble unfinished. Like, you know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah.
Like, we're in the room playing Scrabble. I'm not going to just not finish playing the game.
Totally.
Sure.
Yeah.
Especially with this wonderfully smart, brilliant wordsmith of a woman.
Yeah. She deserves that. So, okay, when you were, I guess, when you were texting your friends to all come to the party, would you say it was like 50-50, you both kind of initiating those messages between you and your friend, or were you taking the lead? I'm just trying to figure out, who was kind of taking on the host responsibilities prior to everyone arriving?
It was co-host.
It was co-host.
We were best buds. And had mutual friends. Everyone there was a mutual friend, equal 50-50 friendships.
Okay.
Where I will say that I felt comfortable allowing my roommate to host the party while I was finishing the game.
Sure. Can I ask, how did your date react upon you coming back into the room after
was she aware of
banging your friend against the wall?
I think I was feeling like she was embarrassed by the knocking. That's what I was. That's where I was coming from. Where I'm like, you're not respecting my guest.
Okay.
It wasn't about me. It was about my guest not getting the respect that she deserves and embarrassing her and putting a spotlight on what should be an adult situation. That we should all understand that, everyone has a right to some privacy, especially in a tiny apartment where that's very tough.
Well, you said she was a wordsmith. What were some of the words she used, just out of curiosity, that you were like, hey, words?
I thought that beluga was very,
okay.
was very, advanced. She was cricket, but the sport.
Oh?
Okay.
Which is spelled, I think, exactly the same. But
so.
I said, oh, that's cool, that like the insect. And she said, no, the sport. And I said, oh, okay. So those are the two that jump out.
Yeah. Did you see her again? Like, did your relationship continue after St. Patrick's Day?
I don't think we ever exchanged numbers.
Okay. So,
but I believe that the friend of her added my roommate on LinkedIn.
Okay. Okay.
that is an amazing connection.
I can ask him to send the link. I think he knows.
After kind of the party, did you check in, taking your friend aside? What were like the opinions of the friends around you? Were they like, hey man, we came to like hang out, you weren't even around, I had so many other parties I was invited to? Or were they like, that was totally chill, you didn't have to be there?
Of course, no one gives a shit about me.
Okay.
I'm just a guy.
Did your friend suffer any serious injuries?
No, I think just mentally.
Okay.
He may have been like, wow, Kareem's a very strong and powerful man.
Totally.
Yeah.
You should have seen the look on his face. He was like,
well, I'm sure.
He couldn't believe it.
I mean, to be grabbed by the neck, kind of one of the most traumatic places you could grab.
He deserved it. He deserved it.
Now, did he, in the time you guys lived together, did he ever bring somebody back that you kind of caused ruckus with, like that you annoyed?
I'm not a vengeful person.
Okay.
I'm not a vengeful. I'm a pious man.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a God-fearing man.
Hallelujah. Okay. All right.
Okay. Wow. Well, Blair, what are you thinking?
There's so many layers to this story.
Sure.
St.
Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day, green beer. Your urine was probably weird.
Oh, also, I should mention that I believe, if my memory serves me correctly, we disagree on this, my roommate and I. Mm-hmm. I believe the girls were Israeli.
Okay.
And he doesn't. He thinks that I made that up.
Okay.
Okay.
Just an FYI. And in case you needed some more color.
Sure.
Well, thank you for that caveat. I think listening to the story, you gave him advanced warning 3 times. And you seem like you're a man of your word, And
Thank you.
After being such good friends for such a long time, he should have known, like, if I do this one more time, I'm going to be banged against the wall,
Thrown into.
What'd I say?
You said banged against.
Oh, sorry. Thrown against the wall.
Thrown into the wall.
Thrown into the wall. He was hurt. he was attacked. And I think he should have known. He should have known better. And as far as the girl you were with, again, she was embarrassed. And you were like, you know what? I have to stand up. I have to be the hero in this story.
The knight in shining armor.
Yeah. You know what? And I'm gonna lean good behavior on this one.
Wow.
Yes, thank you.
Wow.
You're welcome,
Thank you
Sterling.
so
What say you?
Well, this is hard. This is one of the hardest stories we've ever gotten. There's obviously a lot of gray area.
Is it? I thought it was clear.
I don't know. I think it's good. There's a lot of different paths you can go down.
Yeah.
It's hard. I think I totally understand where you're coming from, Blair.
Thank you.
I also have a roommate. And we've actually hosted some parties together. Co-hosted. And hosting can be really challenging. People are like, hey, alcohol's out. Can you run to the store? You're like running around. You're trying to find cups. I'm always like, oh, thank goodness I have another person helping me. So in this position, I can understand. I could feel a little, I would have a hard time if my co-host left a party, maybe, especially for someone who, I hate to be like this, maybe didn't turn out to be the love of your life, Only saw them once.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, if you'd married her the next day, could have been a little different. We're really pro marriage on the pod. Okay. But I don't know. I think for me, friendship above all. And I would be really surprised to be thrown through a wall, to be honest. Even if my friends, I thought you were going to do this. I thought you were going to throw him through his doorway into his room.
That would be cool.
Because you said the doors were on or whatever. Anyways.
Yeah, but he was in the kitchen. So I had
But
to
in
do
theory,
the
you could have moved him and
I
then
know,
pushed.
But he's a squirrely little guy.
Well, you didn't mention he was squirrely before.
I also came full speed, ready to do what I was gonna do.
Okay.
Yeah, totally. So I think I'm going bad, unfortunately. I'm so sorry. And so that means we're split. We're split decision. Don't freak out yet. Don't freak out.
All is not lost.
All is not lost. Okay, when Blair and I are split, which really doesn't happen often, we give our guests 30 seconds to have a final plea in which if you either want to say, I should be deemed good, lean that way, or if you're saying, look, absolve me of my guilt, fine, punish me, I'm done with this, you could lean that way as well.
Okay, 30 seconds. You may begin now.
Dear Sterling, I do appreciate that you value friendship above everything else. I do as well. I believe if you look closely at the case, you will see that my friend Blake did not value friendship above all, because as we all know, bros before hoes. In his case, he took that a little too far, because as a 25-year-old man who knows me for 10 years, you should know that I love Scrabble and that I deserve to play it when I want to play it.
And your time is up.
Especially,
that was good.
Such a fast 30 seconds.
It is too short.
But I will say there were some valid points.
There were some really good valid points in there.
I'm a bro, and I respect the bro language.
Blair being a bro. LOL.
I'm very bro.
That also did nothing for my case.
Well, that was hard. You said, yeah, bros before, and then, well, yeah. But
the whole part.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
I think, you know what? That was an amazing argument. You've swayed me. I think
yes.
I forgot that 25-year-olds really like to play Scrabble, and we should just let them do that. The famous rule.
And back then I was kind of I was ugly. Like it was rare that somebody would play Scrabble with me.
Okay, well, this is another caveat. Okay. So this was kind of a once in a lifetime.
Special.
Yeah, it was really special.
This is a special day. It's the only time it ever happened in my life.
Wow. So Kareem, you've been deemed
good behavior.
And so we do have a reward for you today that we'll have you read aloud. We're going to throw it into the chat because we know it can be a little nerve-wracking giving an award speech just on the fly.
Ever since moving to New York, there are two things I've always wanted to accomplish. Winning this award and eating sushi on the subway without my friend saying, Kareem, that's disgusting. I mean, I love the MTA. I love sushi. It makes sense to combine them. Anyways, now that I've accomplished my first goal, I'm going to head out and get some spicy tuna rolls to take on the cheat train.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Such a beautiful speech. How do you feel?
I didn't know that you loved eating sushi on the subway so much. That's amazing.
Yeah, I was eating sushi on the subway yesterday.
Wow. Incredible.
Now, are you going to bring this whole award up to your friend? Rub it in?
I'm seeing him tonight. I'm going to tell him that I publicly told the story for the first time ever.
Yeah.
And he's probably going to be upset.
Well, he shouldn't have knocked on the door 3 times.
I agree.
Exactly. Well, lesson learned. Kareem, before you wrap up, it's been so fun. Can you tell listeners any upcoming things to plug, where they can follow you, all of that jazz?
Guys, I have an album, a music album, a rock and roll album coming out on September 20th. It's called No Worries If Not, the EP. And we have a show on September 24th to celebrate the album release at Elsewhere Brooklyn. And on October 4th, I have a movie premiering at the Roxy Cinema as part of a new festival called the Downtown Festival. It's a feature film that I co-wrote, produced, and starred in called Or Something. And I believe that's all I have going on in the next couple weeks.
That's amazing. That is so much going on. Kind of a whole movie and a whole EP coming out.
I don't think it's that much.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were leaned out.
All I'm doing is going to Trader Joe's this weekend. So that's what I got in my future. So,
Well, see, here's the thing. Comparisons is the thief of joy. And guess who's not going to Trader Joe's? Me.
that's true.
Whoa.
That's true.
And we don't have any food in the house.
No pumpkin snacks. Well, this was so fun. Thank you so much for coming on today, Kareem.
Thank you for having me.
And that's our show. Thanks so much for listening today.
We absolutely hate to do this. We hate it.
But it would mean the world to us if you can subscribe to the podcast wherever you get podcasts, rate and review.
Follow us at Bad Behavior NYC on Instagram and TikTok. Thanks again for listening.
And remember, whatever your moral status, we are always here to judge.
Bye.
Do you think that was good?